Oh, thank God for AMAD. That's all I can say about that game there today. One player that showed desire, one player that showed energy, one player that ran till the end, who battled for absolutely everything, and that was the man of the match, double goal scorer, AMAD. I can't think of any other forward on the pitch that came out with that in sort of any glory at all. Didn't do themselves any favours. We've just been in the mixed zone there. Everyone seems upbeat apart from the obvious, and you'll see what I mean by that when the video goes out in a bit. But is that a sign as to what is actually happening right now? Is this a sign of how things are going to go down when Ruben Amorim arrives? It's interesting to see the body language of players when they walk out of a game. It's interesting to see what their reaction is like to fans outside, and it's interesting to see what their reaction is if they were on the bench in the game and then they come on, because there's players on that pitch there today that did come on off the bench that really didn't give the right amount of attitude for me, and there's players on the pitch that gave everything. Look, they know a new manager's coming in, and some of them did do their job, some of them didn't. And I think everybody could watch that game, and everybody who's a big United fan, everyone who watches from afar, who was at the game, watching on TV, could all see which players really wanted to put the effort in. You could all see which players really wanted to still be part of this project, part of this big new turnaround and turning of the page at Manchester United, because that's what it is. And if you cannot get up for that, if you cannot get yourself ready for a new manager coming through the door, you don't belong in a place like this, playing football on European nights. You don't belong to play here at a weekend. And to just to see it again, like, it's Van Nistelrooy. He's come out after the game and he said what he said to the players. He said, lads, in the changing room, this would be the first win in over a year at Old Trafford if we won here today. And then you see the attitude. Honestly, it's depressing as a Manchester United fan to know that Van Nistelrooy is telling the players this in the first place. It's even more depressing to know that you're not getting a reaction from these players in the game, because let's be honest, it was Ten Hag ball again. I'm not having a go at Ten Hag for what was happening. I'm having a go at the players. Like, you and Moan, you're the ones that have basically let the fans down, as well as the manager. You know what I mean? You're the ones that are walking out with that shirt on every single week. And if you cannot give that little bit more effort, if you cannot give that little bit more desire to the game, when things are going wrong, take the game by the scruff of the neck, do something different, actually have the balls to actually play with a bit of vigour. Do you know what I mean? Be brave in your game. But if you're not willing to do that and take chances, you're not a United player. And do you know what? If anything, the game was crap. AMAD shone. But the beauty of this game really is, I think we've seen a lot of these United players in their true colours here today. And honestly, I look at that and I go, you know what? I hope Amorim is watching this game. I hope his staff are watching this game. And I hope Ineos have got the balls to actually back him when he tells them in the summer that these players cannot play my system. They look knackered. Dalot's been running to the ground. Garnacho's been running to the ground. Absolutely battered. The fans are going in on him. It is massively unfair. These players give absolutely everything. These players are dead on their feet because they're giving everything. You can argue the quality at times. You can argue what their best position is. You could argue what they bring to the team, their finishing, their touch, whatever you want. But the desire is there in them players, and that's a basic. But there are other players in this squad. I'm not even going to mention names. You can drop your comments in and let me know who you think I'm talking about. But there are other players that just don't even give that. I mean, if that's the case, and that's where we're at, then is there any hope? Is there any hope? It's over to Ineos. It's over to you to actually back this manager coming in, because he's not going to be able to play what he did the other night against City with this Man United side. He's already pretty much said that as much. You only have to watch United from afar to know that they haven't got the same intensity as any other team in this league, let alone a team that's absolutely smashing City 4-1. We've got the best that we could get, and we haven't got the tools to give him to do that job. He will do everything for Manchester United and turn us around to the best of his abilities. We know this. But at the end of the day, you need to actually have players that want to be part of it. And you know what? If you knew that this manager was coming in 3 weeks ago, where's your performance tonight? Where's your performance over the last few weeks? Because it's not been great, has it? It's been lacklustre. It's been in fits and starts consistently. And that's the only consistent thing with this Man United side, that they are inconsistent. And that's not going to fly with this new manager. It's all if buts and maybes. Amorim might not be able to turn this around, but he'll definitely be able to tell Ineos who he's working at this football club, who he's working in this team, and who he can work with. And if he does, you've got to be able to get rid of them players. You have to make big calls right now. And you know what? It's going to be a painful season still. We're not going to get it all right. We're going to see a different approach. Yes, there's players on that pitch, like I said, that will fit in this system, but there's an awful lot that won't. And they're the big decisions that are coming. Let me know what you thought about the game, everybody. Drop your comments in below. Give the video a like. Make sure you have that subscribe button as well. For Every United TV from inside Old Trafford, United have broken their duck. We've finally won a game in Europe. Jesus.